feminine energy. So what does it really mean? A woman who is obsessed by the man, usually they are feminine. They able to tap into the feminine energy. So what does it look like, feel like? So their voice would be softer, slower, but unintentionally. Not like, hey, how are you? Not like that, right? But, I would really love for you to text me more often. Or, you know what? I really appreciate when you just hold my hand when I'm upset. Something like that, right? So a woman with feminine energy, she would be calmer, softer, slower, more intentional. She would ask for help. Would you mind doing that for me? So I always ask for help from my husband. That's why he's get really involved in things. And being hyper independent is actually not very good for women. Independence is really good, sexy, attractive, but hyper independence is like, I don't need you. You can't help me. I do everything myself. Over time, it makes women exhausted and tired, right? So ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask for help, because that's how he learns to care for you. He learns to love you. And then learn to receive. A lot of women, they define their worth, their value on how much they can give, but yet learning to receive increases your worth, tells him that you are worthy. So I really encourage you to do that. Also, be more appreciative. So when he does something nice, say, oh, that's really nice of you. I really appreciate that. Tell him why. Well, because it makes me feel safe. It makes me feel cared for. It makes me feel relaxed. It makes me feel loved, whatever that might be. Right? So tap into your feminine energy. Another part of that is learn to trust, not control everything. Right? Tell him, I trust that you can do that. I believe in you. And follow up with that. Right? Let him take charge in some ways. Not control, not nag, because that's very masculine energy. And also not over reactive or not being reactive. So reactive is like, why did you do that? I can't stand that you do that, or I can't believe that you do that. How could you do that to me? Right? So when you do that, you are in masculine energy. When you are being controlling, you are in masculine energy. And what that does to a man is it puts him in a more feminine energy. So when men are more in feminine energy, he's passive, he's not doing much for you, he's afraid to take charge, or afraid to do things for you, because you're going to criticize him, you're going to nag him, you're going to blame him, right? And so when you're more feminine energy, you kind of like step back. That means he has room to step forward, to invest in you more. Okay? And in terms, why is this important? It makes him feel like he's your hero. It makes him feel empowered, which then motivates him to do more for you, to be more invested in the relationship. Also, it makes him want to give to you, want to protect you, provide for you. And this allows him to adore you more. So, starting today, learn to ask for help, to invite. I would love to go for a walk with you today. Would you like to come along? Right? Or I would love for us to go learn salsa dancing. Is that something you would like to do with me? Right? So being more inviting, allow him to come to you, allow him to do things for you, right? So learn to receive and show appreciation and trust more, because often he does something and you kind of roll your eyes like, that's not good enough, right? So the message you get is, don't do it. Whereas even if it's not perfect, you're like, wow, I really appreciate the effort, right? So show appreciation more. Be softer, be slower, be calmer,